When things are going well for you, life is great. You're excited about what you're doing and how you're doing it. But then life throws you a curveball, a struggle that you didn't see coming, something that knocks you off your feet and makes you question everything. How do you react? What do you do? Where do you go from there? Now, if this happens only once or twice in your life, we can write it off as just part of life. Everyone faces challenges sometimes. But what if it starts to become a pattern? You have one struggle after another. This is where things get really interesting. And by interesting, I mean difficult. It's easy to feel like a failure when you can't catch a break. But what if instead of giving up, you decided to use these struggles as opportunities to learn more about yourself, to grow and become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? That's what I want to talk about today. Welcome to the channel. I've always believed that our struggles shape us. They're the sculptor to our lives, chiseling away at the marble until we become the masterpiece that we were meant to be. Let me explain what I mean by that. When things are going well, it's easy to coast. You already know how to swim, so why bother learning new strokes? You've got the hang of this whole life thing, right? Well, not exactly. Even when things are good, we should still be learning and growing. But it's only when we hit those rough patches that we realize how much we need to learn. We need to learn about ourselves, about our limits, about how to navigate the choppy waters of life. Think about a surfer, right? The best surfers aren't the ones who spend their time on the beach lounging around, sipping coconut water and waiting for the perfect wave to come to them. No, they're the ones who get out there in the water, who paddle around, who take risks, who learn from their mistakes, and who adjust their approach based on the conditions. They're the ones who learn to read the waves, to anticipate the wind, to respect the power of the ocean. These skills don't develop in a calm, predictable sea. They develop in the storm. It's the same with us. Our struggles are our storms. They test our skills, they challenge our limits, they push us to adapt and evolve. It's in these moments of high stress and adversity that we learn who we really are, what we're made of, and what we're capable of. Because here's the thing, we all face struggles. It's inevitable. It's part of the human experience. But how we respond to these struggles, that's where we have control. We can choose to see them as obstacles, or we can choose to see them as opportunities. We can choose to complain and despair, or we can choose to learn and grow. We can choose to be a victim of our circumstances, or we can choose to be the hero of our own story. So let's say you're facing a major setback, something that feels like it's knocked you off your path, something that feels like it might be the end of your journey. What do you do next? First and foremost, take a deep breath. Easier said than done, I know. But panicking won't solve anything. It'll only make things worse. So take a moment, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and remind yourself that you've faced challenges before and you've overcome them. You have the strength and the resilience to get through this too. Then take a step back and look at the situation from different angles. Don't just focus on the negative. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I make this experience work for me? What new skills do I need to develop? This is where creativity comes in. You need to think outside the box and come up with solutions that work for you, solutions that align with your values and your goals. Remember, you're the hero of your story. It's up to you to find a way out of this situation. And let me tell you something, the universe doesn't throw things at you just for the sake of it. Everything happens for a reason. Every struggle has a lesson. Every obstacle has an opportunity. You just have to be willing to see it. Let me share a personal story with you. Back in 2008, the company I was working for went bankrupt. I lost my job, my income, my health insurance, everything. At the time, I was a single father of 2 young boys. I was terrified. I didn't know how I was going to support my family, how I was going to pay the bills, how I was going to move forward. But instead of giving into despair, I decided to use that experience as an opportunity to reinvent myself. I started my own business. I took on a new challenge. I learned new skills. And guess what? I haven't looked back since. That struggle, that setback, it became the catalyst for my growth, the turning point in my journey. It taught me things about myself that I never knew I needed to learn. It pushed me to become a better version of myself. You see, when we face struggles, we have a choice. We can either succumb to the darkness or we can choose to see the light. We can choose to see the opportunity for growth, the chance to learn, the chance to evolve. Here's the thing, the universe doesn't care whether you see the glass half empty or half full. It's up to you to decide. And I am here to tell you that you have the power to choose the narrative that you want to live by. You have the power to turn your struggles into strengths, your setbacks into success stories, your obstacles into achievements. Let me leave you with this thought. Think about someone you admire, someone you look up to, someone who's achieved success and happiness. Do you think they got there without facing any struggles? Of course not. They faced their fair share of challenges, but they chose to see the opportunities within them. They chose to grow, to evolve, to become stronger. And that's where their success came from. That's where your success will come from too. Here's the deal. Life is a roller coaster. It's full of ups and downs, twists and turns. And the only way to survive, let alone thrive, is to be prepared for anything. The best way to prepare yourself, you ask? By facing your fears head on, by pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, by learning to love the discomfort. Because here's the secret, life is uncomfortable. Trying to avoid discomfort won't make it go away. It'll only make it worse. But when you embrace it, when you learn to work with it, when you learn to see it as a teacher, that's when you start to see real growth. Let me tell you something about the hero's journey. After the hero has faced their greatest fear, after they've overcome the biggest obstacle, what do they do next? They return home, right? But they don't return empty-handed. They bring back the treasure, the reward for their bravery and their resilience. And that's what you get to do too. When you face your struggles and you come out on the other side, you get to claim your prize. But here's the catch. The prize isn't material. It's not a trophy or a medal. It's the knowledge that you've conquered something bigger than yourself. It's the realization that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. It's the wisdom that you've gained from the experience. That's the real treasure. That's the reward. This is the hero's journey. This is your journey. And I believe in you. I believe in your strength, your courage, your ability to rise above and to claim your prize. Don't be afraid to struggle. Don't be afraid to grow. Don't be afraid to become the hero of your own story because that's who you are. That's who you were meant to be. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.